Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of Fast Break Bets presented by BettingPros. You know me, know the voice, know the guy. It's me, really real, villain real, Terrell from Virginia here at your service. Light day, light work day. Memphis, laying 2, never in doubt. They got it done. Got the win by 5. I think it closed at 4.5 after Kyrie and Klay Thompson were both ruled out as well. Josh rolled an ankle. Didn't matter. We were still able to get it done. So very, very nice cash to start the preseason. Hey, we don't have to do a lot. Just another win in the win column, and we'll keep it moving. A couple more preseason plays today. WNBA, of course. Before we get to that, though, make sure you are doing those reviews. BettingPros.com/fast. Make sure you're doing those reviews because this month in October, you can win an Alonzo Mourning signed jersey. Just like that. All you have to do is do a really, really quick review. BettingPros.com/fast. It takes 5 seconds. And then guess what? You are already entered in the contest and you're going to have a chance to win a free .99 Alonzo Mourning signed jersey. So make sure you go ahead and tap in bettingpros.com/fast. All right. Let's kick off with WNBA Semifinals, Game 5, Minnesota Lynx, Connecticut Sun. Lynx are laying 4.5 here, 151.5 is total. I'm not wavering. I'm not wavering. I understand how that last game went, and I'm not wavering. I'm going back to the Minnesota Lynx here, laying 4.5. I think they're the better team. I think both of these two teams are stout defensively, but ultimately, what it is for me is the ball movement for the Minnesota Lynx that will pick apart Connecticut's defense, and they hit the three, whereas Connecticut not as consistent shooting the three. I mean, you have DeWanna Bonner, who's good for 2. Ty Harris will be able. She had a really, really good game, 20 points in that last game, but that hasn't been consistent over the course of. And I know she's been hurt, but it has been consistent over the course of the season. Marina Mabry, this is a really tough matchup for her. So the 3-point shot is going to be the thing that I think just pulls us away here and helps us cash 4.5. I expect to get some fouls at the end of the game of Connecticut trying to extend their season just to go ahead and give us a little bit more of a cushion. I like Minnesota here, laying 4.5. Also in this game, I do like the under 151.5. This is same NBA game 7 logic, just transferred over to the WNBA game 5, but game 7, game 5, elimination game on both sides. Both teams want to make it on to the next round. It was a hard fought series over the course of, the first 4 games. And now I'm expecting all that physicality to come to a head, this to be a very, very physical, grinded out defensive game where nobody wants to give an inch. Everybody wants to make it to the finals. I think that they're going to push each other. And I mean, the last 2 games in Minnesota both went skyrocketing under. Look at the 2 games in Connecticut, they were over games. In fact, they were over games, and his total is still sitting here at 151.5. They dropped the total 2 points going back to Connecticut. I think that kind of says something. So yeah, I like the under 151.5 here. I'm gonna back unders in game 5s in the WNBA and game 7s in the NBA. So good spot here. I like the under 151.5. All right, let's get over to the NBA preseason because hey, I told you if you have a trend, you got to play it. And if the trend continues to do what the trend does, you're going to end up winning money. So I have a trend for you and something I went ahead, put together. Since 2019, first time head coaches are 24 and 37 ATS. 24 and 37. So, in fact, if you bet all of those games, you would have won 64.8% of the time. And I mean, it's plenty of head coaches. We have Ryan Saunders, John Beeline, Steven Silas, Steve Nash, Wes Unseld Jr., Darvin Ham, Adrian Griffin, Mark Dagnall. Chauncey Billups was 0-4 ATS in the preseason. Will Hardy, Ime Udoka, Taylor Jenkins, like all of these head coaches. In fact, not many of them. Jamal Mosley was one. Darko went 3-0. Who else? Adrian Griffin went 3-2. So and Steven Silas went 3-1. There's only a couple of head coaches that have been able to walk out of the preseason with a winning record, ATS. Everybody else is under 500 or maybe, well, Steve Nash is exactly 500 at 1-1. But so funny saying that list of names and realizing who all is not a coach anymore. But yes, first time head coaches haven't been good. And if you think about it in a basketball sense, I mean, it makes sense. This is their first time coaching in the game. They're trying to figure things out. Sometimes they might be going up against a veteran head coach that just kind of has that edge over them. They know how to play the preseason, get the best out of their guys. And rookie head coaches, first time head coaches, still trying to figure that out. So, with that, that means that the trend has two hits on a Tuesday for the WNBA. Not, I'm sorry for not WNBA, for the NBA. That's going to be Charlotte Hornets and the Miami Heat, where the Miami Heat and the Charlotte Hornets. Charlotte is laying 2 at home. 218.5 is the total. Hornets moved on from Steve Clifford last season, and now they have hired head coach Charles Lee, first time head coach. Blindly doesn't even matter. And I just feel good because of the fact that he's going up against Spo, veteran head coach. Spo always gets the best of his guys. Doesn't matter where they're at in the rotation. He always gets the best out of them. And I mean, we'll talk about it when the NBA season comes around, but Miami Heat is a dog. Very good. So Miami Heat catching 2 points, sprinkle on the money line there as well. I like the Miami Heat to get this done. I think the Miami Heat will beat the Charlotte Hornets in the preseason, and we're just following the preseason trend. Charlotte did lose the first game against the New York Knicks. However, they did end up covering the 3.5. So Charles Lee, 1-0 ATS right now. Looking to fade that. I think that he gets in the loss column this game. Give me the Miami Heat +2 and on the money line. Second hit for this trend, we're going to the Brooklyn Nets, who are on the road going to play the Los Angeles Clippers. Clippers laying 4.5 here. 116.5 is the total. I'm gonna lay the 4.5 with the Clippers, fading Jordy Fernandez in his very first preseason game here, going up against not Doc Rivers. I'm so sorry, Tyronn Lue, going up against Tyronn Lue. I expect here same thing, veteran head coach, get more out of his guys, and we're just gonna continue to fade the trend. So I told you I like Taylor Jenkins because he was a good preseason head coach. Well, this trend fades first time head coaches. It's already 2-1 on the year, and I hope that we get to cash some more. So, backing the Los Angeles Clippers, laying 4.5 here, and I'm also backing the Miami Heat catching 2 against the Charlotte Hornets. So, there are your 4 plays. Minnesota Lynx laying 4.5. Connecticut Sun, Minnesota Lynx under 151.5. The Miami Heat +2 and the Clippers laying 4.5 here. Hey, make sure you give me a follow at really real __ and make sure you go ahead and follow Betting Pros at Betting Pros on X and TikTok at Betting Pros NFL on Instagram and youtube.com/betting pros. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that. Appreciate everybody that continues to support this podcast, support Betting Pros, support me. I really appreciate you. I see the messages. I may not get back to everybody, but I really do appreciate all the love. And hey, let's just WNBA is closing out. We've been on a really good run with the WNBA recently. I'm hoping that we can have an amazing run in NBA, and then we're going to have a whole bunch of other hoops, college basketball, and all of that to talk about too. So really looking forward to it. With that, I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just going to end it like this. We are out of here.